I'm Dan.
And I'm Jay.
From Two Guys Timber Framing, and we've got our buddies up here from the Woodland Mills people doing a personal tour on our dream and what we're doing with the Woodland Mills saw.
That's right.
We're standing in our latest creation that we have, which is the barn.
Big barn.
And this is not the final end of the dream. These are just the These are just the things we needed to do to get to our dream, because we still need to build my lodge house here. I'm still living in a trailer and my barn's not done yet. But we do have that new Woodland Mills HM136, which with the hydro unit that our buddy just put together. And I got to tell you what, the project that we're going to build over there, this is the garage. Do you think the lodge is going to be any smaller than this?
I hope so.
It's good. It is.
Okay, good.
8-foot ceilings, Jay. But that's what our dream is about. It's really building my homestead, using the equipment from Woodland Mills to actually get it done. There's no better. There's no better customer service, and there's no better service from the engineer department that comes.
There's no better Rick.
Put your stuff. There is no better Rick in the Woodland Mills group.
I'm really excited because I think we've got a lot of stuff to come up. But I mean, right now with the new hydraulic system on the HM136 Max, being able to come up here is going to we always talk about game changers. That's a game changer for us because the lodge is going to be over here, the pavilion is going to be here. We can be set up here. And that thing cuts like a dream. We got a lot of big oaks to cut. It does. And not this big.
In this building we had to put up first because that was the reason we got the 136, was to actually put it in here where we could do all our work right next to the lodge. Instead of you see how far it is. If every time I forgot a wrench and had to go back to Timbertown.
Yeah. It's like a mile at least. It's like 64 kilometers or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that, right? I mean, my math is good.
All right, well, show us around.
Let's do this.
Let's
check it all out.
We're up here on a bit of a perch. Maybe, is this the highest spot of the property?
This is actually the highest hill in Spring City, believe it or not. Nice. But it does. It overlooks the lake. I know we have a lot of trees going on. We'd have to go over there, but you have a 270-degree view.
Right.
So we've actually picked this lodge spot way before we built anything down there, and I knew that this was where this was going to be.
Right. So this is going to be like the heart of this whole property right here, and
it is. Right. It is. The secludedness of it, being back off the road, being on the lake, and naturally, I have a lot of big toys that need to be covered. Yeah. And this is going to be our wood shop. So I know we're all spread out right now with the other projects that we had and in the carriage house, but this is where the mill's going to go, all of our equipment. We're going to be able to do the lumbering right up here, is why I left all the logs up here. And we're going to be able to do our sawmilling and actually our joinery work.
Because we still have 2 extensions to go. So like a place, and then we've got the extensions to go, so we've got plenty of place for all the equipment.
Correct. This is actually the enclosed portion of the garage, and there'll be 2 where the concrete pads are. We have 2 16-foot more wings that are going to go on, more like carports, boats, and things like that.
And your tagline, not one nail.
Not one nail. There's a screw over there.
Right, that's why I was asking. I saw it shining.
Get that screw out of there, Jay. There's not a thing that hasn't been built and sawed off the Woodland Mill saw.
I gotta say though, the staining is really beautiful in here.
Thank you. He did. That's my staining professional. We put it on, we take it off if we don't like it, and then we put it back on.
Until we get it right.
And then the main house is going up here?
It is.
Are you gonna leave this tree?
I am.
Yeah.
We like that tree.
And you're not gonna take anything from the front? Because
as far as the trees,
yeah,
no, we probably will. I had when we were clearing the lot, we did go down and start, picking them off, but that was in wintertime. In the wintertime here, you get such a crazy view. As we move along, I'll probably go down the hill to get the smallest stuff.
You gotta be pretty selective too.
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
correct. It's hard not to think about coming out of your house, and then looking at the forest and the trees and the things that you have, and knowing that you built a house from that. I mean, it's not just like, hey, I built the house and I had a truckload of lumber come. I mean, by the time you cut the trees, sawmill the trees, do all this work, by the time you're done staining to it, we've touched them 100 times. I mean, you love your wood.
Yeah.
I had a 12,000 square foot lodge house that we had designed to go in here. And honestly, and that's why we built a lot of these buildings first before I just dove into my final dream house. And finding out, trying to buy, with a house that we designed there, everything was going to be 22-foot long beams.
And big.
And it's big. So it's harder to be selective of what you're cutting down. When you're cutting with such long beams, unfortunately, there's more waste because that beam didn't cut it or that beam didn't cut it. So we're going to actually change the design of the house, probably one to get the lengths that we need in a more reasonable fashion than everything being 20 feet.
Yeah, and when you talk about 12 by 14s and 12 by
Correct.
16s and things that we had in there at 20 some, it's really,
Correct.
It's a lot. And it's a lot to move around, even with cranes and everything. We're still two guys.
It's still two guys.
Yeah.
I mean, like the roof structures and everything that you see that we did here in Pine, they're in manageable sizes, let's say 16, 18 foot. We had zero waste.
Yeah,
Every beam was used.
Yeah, we didn't have to drop any off and then cut any off.
No. So when it came off the mill, you knew you had a piece of product ready to go, and it's much easier to deal with in sizes like that, in beams this big.
So we're going to shrink it down to 1,000 square feet for the pavilion.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Just a baby
A
one.
little shotgun shack. That's going to be it, man.
6 foot high.
Windows out to the lake, and we're done.
But I mean, like a lot of people watching right now, they don't know, or they may not know the history that you two have. I mean, what you're talking about comes from like 3 decades or more of custom timber frame homes.
Yeah.
So a lot of lessons learned.
Yeah.
Right.
I was a commercial builder or a high-end builder for over 40 years. And I built a lot of my own homes before. We haven't built one where we were able to cut all the trees from the property, which is one of my dreams, is to build and live in a timber frame from all the wood from the property. So from everything in here, the peg, there isn't a thing that came from anybody else's property. We were able to get our own material, our own lumber, and
Even that screw.
even that screw up there.
That was
coming out.
a special tree for those.
You could see the area that we have here, that you're going to be able to do anything that you want and still have the feel like you're living in a forest.
Yeah.
So now what we're talking, really from the large, the 12,000 under roof and all that, the idea is potentially is we're going to look at, I mean, what we're talking about now is like, do we do really cool pavilion styles? So it'll be a lot, really drawing in the outdoor space even more too, right? So then you'll be able to just have your pods, maybe your living area.
You'll get your size of the building without having the building itself in massive size. So we're going to have like a main structure, maybe have 2 or 3 bedrooms in it, where it would be the main gathering, the kitchen, and then a connected where you're calling it a pod. Another house, it could be the master bedroom, the guest bedrooms. So you're all connected by the outdoor decks, and everybody centralizes into the main lodge.
Yeah, and by doing it pavilion style too, what's kind of cool is instead of 14 or 16 foot plate heights and then your 28 foot roofs, we can bring everything down to a little bit more, scalable.
Because I'm getting old.
I was
we
gonna
really
say,
don't want second stories, and then we just built this, and I'm like, I'm done with
Just a
the
sprawling ranch.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
just-
you want to this point.
I just need to be able to lift it right here. That's it. It's going to be at this height for everything. But sky's the limit with this site like this, though.
I know, right? What a canvas.
It's almost too much. Sometimes you have too many options, and so.
How many acres are we on here total?
I own 155.
Right.
And it's definitely been my dream. And when we found this place here and the unlimited supply of wood that we have, it's just, it made it a no-brainer for me. I know it sounds like extra work, but this is all for myself. And Jay.
I'll have something eventually. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I just live in the barn. I'll be happy with that. So.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
have that new dovetail cabin.
That's right. We do have a little cat. Oh gosh, that's another project that has to go. This is getting worse and worse by the moment.
So yeah, unfortunately, right now we have 15 projects open, and we just keep steaming along. But really, we did want to finish this whole barn. We completely finished the carriage house before I even start the house, because I noticed you get so hung up. We got so hung up on building this that we left the carriage house, you know, that needed to be finished.
well, let's head down to the carriage house.
Let's go to the carriage house. What is the what?
We're here. I mean, this is the first, what?
It's the first, not building, but the first residence, a certified occupied residence. Completely,
The carriage house.
the carriage house. Completely built with the 130 Max, my friend.
I mean, and just the two of you.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. Yeah, just like the song.
Just the two. It is just the two of us, Jay.
But you're building carriage houses in the rain.
No.
Or the sun.
The sun.
I don't know the words. And another, not a single nail structure, of
No,
course, right?
Everything in this property is
Yeah,
timber framed.
it's beautiful. Yeah.
So either the joinery, the nails, the wooden pegs. That's what we call nails in our industry. Big wooden pegs.
Every single thing milled on the 130 Max?
Everything. Well, this is all oak decking, white oak railings. Every piece of the railing.
Wow.
I don't know what to say. The
Everything.
siding, the pieces, the trim, the pegs, the beams, the soffit material.
Wow.
I mean,
How long did it take you two to do this?
Actually, the first rush wasn't. I mean,
no, the first run, I mean, it's hard for me to say, hey, this is how long it took because we have so many multiple projects going on. If I had to get it down to it, if we just were working on this, about a year and a half.
Yeah. Plus everything else you've got going on, of course.
Yeah, but so really we've started this 3 years ago,
Yeah.
and then we built shops up there. In the meantime, we're doing this. We built the drying sheds. We
barn.
built the big barn that we just showed you. So I want to say, that's why I say I got to finish. We finished this, honestly, last week. Just trimming off the last pieces of trim, every piece of caulk, everything that needed to be done, so that this could be complete and I don't have to think about it. I put it off probably longer than I should.
all the deer down there, guys, staring, looking at us.
Are they really?
Yeah, right down there. If you look off
Right
to
here.
the right, you see them down there? Yeah. Sorry, yeah, they're just
Oh,
right.
look at them, yeah.
Yeah, they're just down there. That's an everyday occurrence around here. That's one of their main areas.
I love the stair detail. That's
Let me
awesome.
go let me turn some lights on you, Larry.
See the same thing.
amazing.
So,
Yeah.
so if we pulled these out, we could take it apart.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Really, like it's, yeah. That's,
This is the only thing holding this.
That's crazy.
You know, the joinery going through the beam.
Yeah, and all of them. Oh. Beauty stairs.
crazy how solid this feels just by being held together.
It's stronger than any other nail connection because you're not really,
There's a little view.
you know what I mean? You're slipping a whole system into another hole of oak. So.
This is beautiful. Wow.
So this actually, all of this came from the cutoffs of every one of these beams here somewhere in this house. This would have been the cutoffs, and we just saved the blocks. And I didn't know what we didn't know what we were saving the blocks for, but I had Jay move them around about 600 times until we decided this is what we're going to do. The weight of this thing is actually ridiculous.
Oh, I can imagine.
I was actually, I mean, we're sitting on top of timber frame, on timber frame joinery below. But even the cabinets, when I built, everything is 3/4 inch oak. So even when I put these up, I was like, holy smokes, it's not like a store-bought cabinet where you hold it up there and screw it.
The cabinet boxes are heavy. The floors are one of my favorite things, and then the
are.
spalted hickory cabinets, you know, I mean, that was just a surprise when we cracked open some logs, you know, and then you
So I mean,
get all that
hickory
spalted
floor.
stuff.
I mean, hickory flooring like this going to cost you $10 a foot. I mean, and everything was cut. Again, we dried it, ran it through our shops, put it in there.
Is this all from the property?
What's that?
That's so there's multiple species of wood. I mean, more species than you can imagine. You got spalted red oak, spalted hickory. There's cherry wood. Here's cedar wood here. We have poplar on the sides. All the beam. This is all chestnut oak. This whole building is built of chestnut oak, and all of the trees were cut from this particular property. So within an acre around this property, every tree that you see in here was cut from it.
Well, if I ever
don't know
build
where they're
something
going.
like this in my life, I know I'm going to get help from.
I might be 85 by the time I'm done with my house. I was hoping to just finish, sit on the porch, look at it once. And I did price this out just for the sake of pricing it out. So the beams or the timber frame structure, not all of the finished wood here, to be done in pine, and this is done in oak, it was $96,000. So when I say, and I've done this before, it took Jay and I 5 weeks to cut everything to do in this house. So in a month's period of time, it's easy. I say, if you actually had the right clientele, the right thought, and the right scheme plan, you can make $75,000 a month for your pocket, because none of it cost me. It cost us labor, cost us time and a little bit of gas.
I think the wood package, I think the same package or something similar in oak was like 200. I want to say it was like $290,000 for a package for this.
I couldn't even get a prize. I couldn't get a prize.
That's like Dan said, you get the kit with the pine, which was $96,000. I think the oak, if it was not the same build, it's similar. It was like $290,000.
Not the assembly, but if I called somebody and go, this is how much wood I need, that's what it was. So I don't want to, the savings is one thing to me about sawmilling my own lumber. It's more, I have a more connection with this house than the 500 other houses I've done in my life, even though I, cared for it and spent for it, but actually cutting your own lumber, it's something deeper than when you're working with your own, something that you bought from the store. Yeah. And the sawmill helps you do that. I mean, it helps you build dreams. This is my dream. Some guys' dreams might be bigger, some might be smaller. Some guys just like to build little projects in their house.
Some guys just like to cut stuff. I'm like,
and some guys just do like to cut stuff.
Yeah. Like they're just cutting stuff. Like, what are you doing? Like,
and I think it's an addiction, And we've done this in the past, and we did this to retire. We were just going to, mess around a little bit, but when we're cutting lumber, it's an addiction. Yeah. I don't want to stop.
It's great to have.
I love our lumber days when we're on the mill.
But it's funny you say that, because Bailey and I were, and Bailey's behind the camera there, but we went to visit a gentleman up in northern Quebec 2 years ago now, maybe, Bailey? 2 years?
Yeah, it was November 24th.
Yeah, and he was talking about when he got his mill, he's at a particular point in his life where the mill actually changed his life. It facilitated full change. He got out there, he got physical, got back in shape. So physical health, mental health, everything.
Sure.
And that story, we hear that all the time.
There's a lot of therapy, but there's a lot of therapy to it. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it's just you're letting off steam. Let's put it that way. In a very productive manner, so that's always nice.
It is a productive manner.
It's very
There's no doubt.
At least we're having fun.
Yeah,
we are having fun. And that's really the most part. We try to make work fun, even though It's hard
hard.
work.
Yeah,
It's hard work.
Yeah.
The new mill is going to make it easier on us.
Well, and that's what we're always looking for too. Is just you do anything you can
Yes.
to change your efficiency, and there's no reason to suffer if you don't have to.
No.
So you find things that that's
Yeah.
what we do. Everybody. I mean, we evolve to certain
Right.
things, and I think this is a great. The hydro is a great evolution to what we're already doing. We've got workarounds for everything. We got the tools that we know that work, so that when we do work, it is. I don't want to say faster, but it's faster because we know we've got a routine. We've got all the tools we need.
It's faster,
Yeah.
it's simpler, and
It is.
it becomes an operation, and it's more enjoyable. But you learn every day. I still, after 40 plus years, I still learn every day, how, certain things with certain woods, how things are cutting. Nothing's the same. It's a piece of wood, so it has its own life and its own story, and we just try to make the most of it. Memorialize the wood that you have.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, you're certainly doing that here. That's for sure. Yeah. This TV, this was Mills on.
Oh yeah, that
We
was actually
did.
on.
We got that mill. That was on the old 126 that we put that.
Oh no, that was on a Norwood.
Oh, scrub that. Yeah.
Jay went right in.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Ripped it right off.
Sorry,
Yeah, ripped it off. Yeah. Well, show us the milling area where the magic happens.
Let's mill.
Yeah.
Always fun.
Amazing.
There's
place.
more buildings.
Oh, thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
So, how, I guess, finished was the property when you got
Nothing.
here? No
Nothing.
roads, no
Nothing.
loadways, no
Nothing.
trails?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. When you came up or when you first entered the property, that was it. Looked just like this.
Really?
Yes. So we put in all the infrastructure, all the electric, water,
Yeah.
gas lines, roads, paths, things that we need.
So, what was the very first thing you did? Did you come in and make roadways, or did you just
No.
start felling trees? What?
The first thing that I actually did, and there was a slight path here where this you could get a four-wheeler through. But the first thing that I did was to clear the area up here in the log yard.
Okay.
And actually Jason and I did a video not too far back about building your dream and the things that you have to do before you actually build your house. And that's what we did. I knew we were going to build something big, so we needed the infrastructure, needed to get the mill out of the weather. So that was my first project. Was to build the saw shed.
How long were you here, and Jay, before you joined from?
I honestly think I got my mill and started this structure and the structure here in the back before you got here. So
Yeah.
I'm probably in this project right now about a little more than 4 years.
Okay. And then you were like, okay, I got to get serious now, Jay. I need your help.
Started as a joke. I guess it was a joke. I didn't realize it was a joke. But I guess it was kind of a joke. And then it was like, all right, sure. And then next thing you know, here I am out here in Tennessee. And I'm like,
So yes, Jason and I've worked together for 25, 26
Something like
years.
that, yeah.
Different aspects. He wasn't a carpenter where he worked with he did a lot of the design work, and him and I have done quite a few buildings. So he was part of my design team, and it was a little joke. At first, everybody I hired
Joke's on
me. He was like, "Hey man, I need a job."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Hey, well, come on out, help me timber frame." And next thing I know, next week, I looked up the road and I'm like, "Jay's here."
no, it's been good. I mean, it's the transition from design to full on building is it's also addictive. I love to work with my hands anyway. It's a whole different level. And then Dan, I mean, really, you're talking about somebody that it's very rare to find somebody that can literally, if you said, build me a structure from literally this dirt to a finished structure, he can do it all. And I'm talking plumbing, electric, everything.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of so you just can't, you're just, in the beginning it's kind of, really just, I'm an assistant, I'm an extra set of hands, and I'm learning as we go along. And now, after like a few years, I can do a couple of things by myself.
It's funny because
But I remember when you
that's
first
right.
came. So
Yeah.
after I want to say that I had my mill. I got it on February 11th, 4 years ago from you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, I only had it 6 months.
It was before I got here.
Yeah. So by the time
right.
Jay got here, I had this built and 2/3 of that building built. And then when he got here, we finished that.
Yeah.
We moved over. I needed the kiln. The shop is the first.
Yeah.
That's the first building you ever made from
Right.
start to finish,
Yeah.
where we cut all the lumber, did all the joinery, raised it together.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't be able to do it. We wouldn't be able to do this with two guys, and probably I say one without the saw the way I have it set up, one how we've winched
Super winch.
the super winch
yeah.
this up. And the crane. We load our logs, we flip our logs. I could pick the log right off. Any one of these logs you see, we've picked a 5,000-pound log right off this thing with it. So the strength of your building. And then the cat just showed up. But there's nobody more faithful than Sawdust.
Sawdust for sure.
Why'd you like claw the face off me on camera? Would we keep it in daily or not? Yeah.
Yes, we
Oh.
would. And we trust her like our dogs. Like if my cat doesn't like you, you gotta go.
That's right.
What brought you to land on Woodland Mills?
I'm trying to think. I mean, originally my plan was not this. This was before Jay was coming. I was already living in another house. I just bought this property and I was just going to build this little shop and then tinker around with a sawmill again. And that's really what it was. I didn't have a Woodland Mills prior to this. We've used a lot of different saws and stuff in the past. And honestly, the reviews, there's a lot of options out there.
Oh yeah.
And quite frankly, after doing this and the customer service, not only that you give me, that you can see that you give across the board, that's more key to me than, hey, what color is my saw?
Yeah.
And we have zero problems with this. I mean, we're very, very rarely down that we don't have you got to change your belts and not even that.
I was gonna say I don't even know the last time we were actually
know.
down.
People
Like,
are saying
where
they
was that?
might mill for 40 hours on a belt. Those could be 2 years old. And if it's turning my blade and I'm pretty, as we're cutting, I'm definitely particular on each cut. Like there's an issue right there. We stop, figure it out. Did we, do we have to straighten our mill, beating it up? And honestly, we don't. No. In the beginning, you're like more anal at it. Me, I can tell by the cut and what my beam looks like that, hey, we've got a dip in the saw that needs to be taken care of.
And we're also permanently structured in here. So
Correct.
it does keep that does keep everything. The bunk system.
It does, but we hit this,
do.
we're using big machinery to load big logs. Don't think that I haven't hit it, or moved it or pushed it where it shouldn't.
Don't hate us.
Joined the club a few times.
We are the club.
You are the club.
We
You're right.
started that club.
I think
Are
all
you
of
talking about the two guys post cutters
that's
club?
Well, I'm glad you found Woodland Mills because we wouldn't be here if you didn't. So
I'm glad that
I'm
I
glad
found
too.
Willow
You
Mills,
guys
and
are-
you guys you've been great to us. Your community has been great to us, and that's really what we're here for. We just started a YouTube channel to document our story for ourselves, let's say, and it kind of grew into a community of sawyers, and I have more friends now than I ever knew I needed or wanted. But I could get contacted 15, 20 times a day, and I try to answer every person.
Well, you were saying earlier too about, up until recent years, you weren't really big into social media. Tough to find you on there, but now you're inspiring people, and that motivates you. And
That's really what motivated us is meeting the people. We don't have, I don't want to say a bunch of people that hate our stuff, and everybody's appreciative, and it's the inspiration. I don't know how many comments, I can't count, that we've given people inspiration to either try it or even get a mill or build some stuff for themselves, because that's what this is about. I mean, it's cool to sawmill lumber, but if you could build your own stuff from your lumber, there's no more money to make at a sawmill than actually cut your stuff, build stuff, and then sell that built stuff.
No doubt.
As opposed to selling 2x4s and things like that. You're competing with everybody else instead of what you can do, what you can actually do with this stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, I can confirm that you're definitely, known in this market. At Paul Bunyan last year,
That's pretty
be
crazy.
walking the floor or the grounds with you. He'll be coming up and taking pictures with Dan.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But there's a personal story from that. It's so unexpected. Not that Dan's not, a personal guy, but he's taken, like when we first started, it was like, what are we going to do with this thing? But he realized he's become such a good teacher, and it's engaging, right? I mean, and I'm impressed with it, and it makes it really good as a team to be able to do that thing because the information comes easy in his brain. But I think it distills really easy, and it fits with the community, with what we're doing, what we're doing it on, and it's just become this really. Well, you've seen it this week too. I mean, it's just well, Dan, you're a special guy, Dan.
They
You are a
connect.
special guy, Dan.
They connect. They connect with us.
Yeah,
and we try to make ourselves available to actually have a connection to these people.
Yeah.
It's
So we're
impressive.
gonna have. That's what I mean. We're having Woodland Mill Sawyer Day next weekend here. So we're gonna get no more work done this week.
That's
We're gonna get it ready. We're gonna have a bunch of 10 guys up here that just got their mills. I don't care what mill that they got. We've got people coming from the 122 to the 136, and none of them know how to use it. So
I
we're
think
gonna
there
have-
are a few guys that haven't even. They're like, I'm still trying to put it together.
Yeah,
I'm going to put it together this weekend. Like, oh no, this weekend. This weekend.
One guy that was coming posted on my things. Like, I cut my first board yesterday. He's like, I need to learn so much. And
But that's awesome, though.
It is.
And that's what.
And that was
what we
really
do.
what we wanted to do. I enjoy, could I go to like professional sawmillers and try to teach professional sawmillers how to? No. It's all the new guys that are buying these units. We're do-it-yourselfer guys. We're just maybe big do-it-yourselfer guys. We can take our big projects.
Dan it
and
yourself.
put
I
them
call it
Next level.
Dan it yourself.
Dan it
DIY.
yourself, man.
Which is a little bigger than normal projects. So.
Exactly. Just shrink it down for your needs. But our main comment is don't start with something ridiculously big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw yourself 4 pieces of wood, and if you want to try to join them the way we showed you, do that before you've already committed yourself into something.
Yeah.
I've had quite a few emails lately of people saying, "Oh, we're starting with a 16 by 20 something." I'm like, that is perfect.
It is
Because if you learn the basics, you can, and you do that. I mean, something like this size that looks complex. That was actually a fun build.
It was
It was
fun.
It was pretty fast.
I'm going to tell you probably from start to finish to cut the logs, join the logs, and hang that structure with less than 2 weeks.
That's
And you've never done it before.
I had never done that. No,
never
never.
done it before.
No.
And there was a lot of tools that you never use for the first time.
No, not at
So I do the emulsive teaching.
Yeah.
And I told him, he's like, well, how many cuts until I'm good? I'm like, at least 1,000. And then the other day I'm like, dude, your cuts are getting good. I think you're at 1,001. But that's really the only way. Repetition and learning.
Yep.
Enjoying it, and I know you enjoyed it. He's got a
do.
grumpy face on most of the time during the day.
He doesn't have a resting grumpy face.
Resting drum. This is me. all
It's
day.
just grumpy. There it is. No. And I know that you have fun, and we do try to have fun. Our show, they even tell me, like, you guys are just always talking or to one another. And
That's what we do.
that's what we do.
It's just
I mean,
us.
if we put a tape on here
no.
and just played it all day long while we were doing it, it'd probably make great content, but we don't. You'd have to scrub through too much of it.
Yeah. No doubt.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, is there anything else that you want to show us? I mean, I feel like we've seen all the key points now.
You've seen the key
seen it all.
points.
Yeah.
Have you missed anything, Bailey?
No.
It's-
We're secretly, we've been here for 2 days, so we're like, no.
Yeah, but we've been stuck in this little spot
Yeah,
right
yeah.
here, getting our saw ready. We got a chance to look around a
Yeah.
little bit. I wish we had more time with you guys. I know that you're busy because there's a lot of other sawyers out there that need a saw. And if you're not back in the shop, they're not getting it.
Yeah. Don't say that too loud. Yeah, we love the shop, but we also love being here.
I couldn't
Yeah.
be more grateful though too. We've said it before, but I mean, say it now too again. This is fantastic, and this is again one of the things that, you know, maybe even if we didn't know this kind of thing would happen with Woodland Mills, it's just one of those happy. Not I don't want to say accident, but a happy thing because
Yep,
it's
totally.
just kind
It
of
is a
evolved.
happy thing.
It's evolved into something. So you know, I mean, it's really.
Yeah.
It's also impressive to be running something where the people are great. I mean, that matters. I think we lose that sometimes, and I think that's really important. So.
And it was, at the beginning, it was actually nice because Bailey reached out to us. It's not like I'm reaching out to, hey, you know, look at what we've done. She reached out to us just from some videos that we made, I think, of cutting some joinery. And that was one of the biggest things. So it's outside of the sawmilling community, the timber frame community, is that we disrupted. And don't ever think that we didn't. You disrupted the timber frame community because nobody's ever put the saw together with timber frame.
Yeah.
And now we're in a couple of schools are teaching our sawmilling techniques. They're starting to put it into their textbooks and things like that. And you could see on your own Woodland Mills page how many guys that actually now they're putting up joinery. Hey, I cut this, here's my first 10. And once you do your first, you're actually, it's another aspect of being hooked to sawmilling.
Yeah.
Thank you, Woodland Mills. We love everything that you do for us. And the hydro mill is the best gift I ever had. Other than you guys coming down here and join us at Timbertown and meet my new buddy, Rick. I've been trying to make him stay longer than he wants to, but
Still trying to get his text message phone number for Rick.
thank you, Woodland Mills,
Thank you, Woodland Mills.
for everything that you do. Not just for us, but for everybody.
And thank you guys for having us this week.
It's been
a
great.
blast.
Yeah, it's
love
been great.
Yeah.
We love you, buddy.
Yeah.
Can't wait till next time.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you.